What's up everybody, Patrick with Best Massage Tech here today to review the Hypervolt Plus. So, the Hypervolt Plus, it's the brand new percussion massager from Hyperice. It is the next iteration of the very popular Hypervolt. Hyperice markets it as a device for the power-seeking enthusiast. So there's not really a lot of information on the device on the internet yet, so I figured I would take this time to do a quick review of it, check out what comes with the device, maybe a little bit of what's different compared to the Hypervolt. But you'll see everything in front of you. This is what comes in the box. It does just come with a box. It does not come with a carry case. You certainly can store everything in the box if you'd like. There's got a little compartments for everything, but there's no carry handle, there's no zipper or anything like that, like a lot of other devices have. You've got your standard instruction manual. Recommend reading that if it's your first time using a percussion massager, but not really anything in there, that you're going to learn that you wouldn't find just by trying the device. Does come with a wall charger to charge the device, just like the Hypervolt. There is a charging port in the bottom. You just plug one end of the device, plug the other end of the wall. It does light up on the back when it's charging. The nice thing is there are a few lights on the bottom here. There's 4 green ones and 1 red one. Just shows the indication of the power level. Obviously when it gets to the red one, your battery is pretty low. To turn the device on and off, there is just an on and off switch on the bottom. You'll see when it's on, it does light up with a green ring on the bottom. This device does come with 5 different attachments. So in it right now, we have the flat attachment. It also comes with a bullet attachment, a round attachment, a cushion attachment. So this one actually has some give to it. It kind of makes a little air noise if you can hear that. So there's definitely a little bit of give to that cushion one. And then a fork attachment. So when I last reviewed the Hypervolt, that I reviewed only came with 4 attachments. The new Hypervolt actually comes with 5 attachments. So this cushion one is new to me. I've not seen this before with the Hypervolt, but from looking at their website, it looks like the Hypervolt does come with this attachment now as well. Similarly to the Hypervolt, it does have a removable battery. There's just a button on the side here. You press that, then to put the battery back in, just pops on, which is really nice if you want to buy an extra battery. The battery life of this device is about 2+ hours is what they say with continuous use. That is a little bit less than the Hypervolt. And so let's just take a look at some of the specs. I've done a little bit of research in terms of what they provide with the device. So it is a very powerful device. I would say the stall force is right around 60+ pounds. Pretty similar to the Hypervolt. I've not been able to stop it pushing pretty hard on the device. Amplitude, I would guess it to be around 16 millimeters. Again, there's nothing on their website in terms of how far that is. The speeds are going to be the exact same as the Hypervolt, so it does have 3 different speeds, 2,000, 2,600, and 3,200 percussions per minute. For people curious on the power output, it's 30 hertz, 40 hertz, and 53 hertz on those 3 different speeds. When you do turn it on, there is 3 different blue lights at the top here. It lights up to let you know which speed you're on. Now the other thing that's new about this to me, but I do see it is on the Hypervolt now as well, is they have a pressure sensor. So the device actually recognizes how hard you're pressing into the muscle area that you're massaging. And there's 3 white lights below the power button. Those light up based on the amount of pressure that you're putting on. So the Hypervolt that I previously reviewed did not have that, but the new ones appear to both have that. So again, that's new to me. But the real big differences are really the weight. So this device is a ½ pound heavier. So this one comes in at 3 pounds. The noise comparison is about the same. I did it on the lowest speed up to the highest speed and got anywhere from 54 to 64 decibels. It is really quiet still. I'll turn it on here just so you can hear it, and I'll put it on all 3 speeds. But you can definitely talk while the device is on. You can use this in a public setting just like the other Hypervolt. So this is on its lowest speed. Again, this is 2,000 percussions per minute. Just going to show the lights on the back just so you can see up here. It's on the lowest level. Put it up to the 2nd speed, a little bit louder. Again, here, and I'll try to put some pressure on it so you can see these pressure lights that I was talking about earlier. Hopefully it lit up there, yeah. And then highest speed, 3,200 percussions per minute, 53 hertz. Really quiet, great device. Again, you know, there is no adjustability with the Hypervolt. You know, it's got this one fixed angle, but you know, it is a really great device. I can definitely see the draw and people wanting to get this one. It is a little bit heavier, so it allows you to put a little bit more pressure and force on it. But to be completely serious, I couldn't really find any differences between the capabilities of the Hypervolt Plus and the Hypervolt. For everything I could tell, the speeds it offers are the same. It's got a really high stall force. The battery, I guess, I don't know, they both have 24 volt lithium ion rechargeable batteries, but for some reason the battery on the Hypervolt Plus, they say it's only 2 hours. The Hypervolt, they say it's 3 hours. So maybe there's something a little bit different in the motor that I'm missing, and maybe the stall force is just a little bit higher. They're not advertising that, so I can't tell. But again, when I tested the Hypervolt, I wasn't able to make it stall. I'm not able to make this stall. So certainly, you know, both great devices, but overall, I don't necessarily see enough between the two that would justify the large price point that's between them. But hopefully somebody from Hypervolt will see this video and can maybe comment on something that I might be missing. But that is the Hypervolt Plus, and that's a review.